this computer recording started. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this post-breakfast session where we will be talking about the unit called Lead and Facilitate a Team, BSBXTW401. We will start with Assessment Task 1, AT1, which is a knowledge-based questions answer. You must write your name, your student number, which will be provided soon, date of the assessment when you are submitting, and signature. Okay? Again, the due date for this is 21st of August. Okay? On or before 21st August for all the 3 tasks of this unit. This task requires you to demonstrate the skills and knowledge required to effectively lead and facilitate a team in a workplace within any industry. So you choose your workplace, you choose your industry, lot of freedom for you. Review the question and answer all short questions in the space provided. You can use more spaces, I told you. There are 11 questions. Any response should not be just one sentence. We need at least 2 sentences. 2 to 4 is a decent length. You can go more if you feel like. This has to be submitted by the due date, which is 21/07/20. Sorry, 08/07 is wrong. All right. Advised here. If you require an extension, please get back to me prior to this date. Yeah. Let me pause the recording for a minute. Resume. Okay. Right. So yes, if you require an extension, please get back to me prior to this. Okay. That's fine. It's an open book assessment task. That means you can take help of your friends, refer to any material, but all work must be your own. So even though you are referring to anything, you must write in your own word. Right? You can ask me, ask anyone, refer to any learning source, or be referred to any learning support. Okay? Location is you choose where you want to work. Right? That's all right. All written question must be completed in full, have a satisfactory standard, demonstrate knowledge to lead and facilitate a team in a workplace. Okay? This is all standard. That's for me. Don't worry about it. You must insert all your details on page 1, sign the declaration, and include this template in your submission. Again, I would repeat, you cannot submit any assessment without this Word file. Be it the role play, be it a project work, be it a question answer, whatever, they are all supplementary documents. This is the main document. Use it as your signature. Right? Okay. Provide 3 examples of organizational requirement for working in teams in the following area. Provide 3 examples of your company organizational requirement for working in teams in the following area: policy and protocol, code of conduct, and organizational reputation and culture. You need to provide 3 requirements. Would anyone like to provide an input here? Again, provide 3 examples of organizational requirement for working in teams in the policy protocol. So what is your organizational requirement in terms of policy protocol? Right? So one of the obvious policies, any reporting has to be done on a time, right? Then you can be cautious when you're dealing with sensitive information, right? If you're into the Department of Immigration, then of course you need a lot of care towards the data. You cannot disclose certain information even to your family members, right? Same thing with the ministry, same thing with the telecom sector, whatever industry you're working, there are a lot of data that you have to keep within you, right? You can't disclose it to anyone else, right? Any cooperation, mutual respect, right? Be professional and courteous in your behavior, right? Even if you know someone who is your friend, but if it is that they're in a senior position, can you just call them by a nickname? Yeah. For example, if there is again, I'll pick up some name, Maria, for example. You know Maria from childhood. You were like when kids used to play together, right? Maria, grown up, you grew up. You know, Maria become your senior, like senior, right? You see Maria and say, "Hey, Maria, how are you?" You know, like give her a hug and talk to her in a fancy way while everyone is around. She's like, "Oh, what's going on?" You know, even though you know them very closely, you need to maintain their professional etiquettes when you are in office environment, right? So it's an obvious thing. So you need to provide some or three examples of policy protocol. What protocol? Be honest, be ethical, the basic thing, right? You can be more specific towards your industry requirement. That's absolutely fine. Okay. Code of conduct. Now, you can find code of conduct on your departmental or organization website. We got something on APTC if you wanted to follow that, and you can say, "Oh, I'm a part of APTC," right? You can just pick up some of them, right? Code of conduct could be being ethical. Code of conduct could be being respectful, respecting the value, following the values, and accountability, responsibility for your actions. Okay. And finally, reputation and culture. Don't speak poorly of your company. If you don't like working there, that's fine. Quit the job. Go for something else. If you have that much of a problem with your company, why would you bother working there? Right? Just quit the job and go somewhere else. Okay. This is a very ill thing to do, that since you don't like the company, you start speaking bad of that company, and that's not good. Today you are speaking about this company, tomorrow you will be speaking about other company, that's extremely unprofessional. Okay, so if you're not happy with your company, that's fine. You have a full right to quit that job and go for something else, right? But maintain the reputation and culture. If you have a problem with your manager, you can't just go to social media and say anything about that company. If you don't like your manager, that's fine. You have to follow the protocol, right? That if you have a problem with your manager, talk to your manager first. If it allows you, if it doesn't allow you, talk to their manager, talk to the HR manager if your manager is not treating you fair, and follow the hierarchical step, right? Don't post any inappropriate comments, engage in unprofessional manner, all that thing. You have to protect your organizational reputation and culture. Okay. So again, you refer to the learning material, refer to any online sources, and structure your answer from there. Cool. Any question, keep writing in the chat. I'm watching chat as well. Yeah. Got like 3 screens. One is this one where I'm sharing, another one when I'm observing chat. Yeah. Provide 3 examples of legislation that govern behavior in a workplace and provide a full explanation of each. 3 legislation. Your response must include the full name of the legislation. Examples of legislation that govern the workplace behavior. Human Rights Act, obviously, right? Human Rights Commission, Human Rights Act. What does it do? It protects any human being irrespective of their employment from any racism, any discrimination, all the kind of thing, isn't it? Yeah. Then you can say for Anti-Discrimination Act, Racial Discrimination Act, Sex Discrimination Act, bullying and harassment, right? You can also talk about WHS Act, because work health and safety, we are also talking about mental health. It doesn't necessarily mean physical handed bending and lifting. That's not only WHS, right? Being respectful so you don't harm anyone's integrity or mental status is also work health and safety, isn't it? You care for your safety as well as others, right? Don't act in a way that you create intentional harm to someone. Even unintentional could be bad, but intentional, definitely no. Definitely no. Okay. So you can talk about that. Again, I repeat, Human Rights Act, age discrimination, sex discrimination, work health and safety, racial discrimination, any sort of bullying, right? They are all a part of legislation. Just pick them up, write the description. Question number 3. Describe 3 techniques that you can use to encourage team cohesion and effectiveness. What will you do to increase team cohesion and effectiveness? Yes, any suggestions on this one? Yep, thank you. Appraisal. What else? Motivation. Awesome. Motivation techniques. Yep. Any reward? Yep. In-house training. Good. Good. Reward recognition. Yep. Celebrate the success. You know, post a team building activity like going out on lunch sometimes. You know, going out with family on a Christmas party. The more you stay together, the better will be your connection, and many of the barriers can be broken like this. So you don't have to spend extra hours or effort in resolving any dispute or conflict. They'll be done, they'll be taken care automatically, right? So be mindful of this thing. That's it. You need to describe them. So when you say in-house training, what do you mean by in-house training? When you say reward recognition, what do you mean by that? Any motivation techniques or any, you need to define goals and objectives, being transparent, building trust, all that thing. Just elaborate those words. Yeah. Thank you. Number 4, I'll just minimize my screens. Describe 2 mentoring techniques and 2 coaching techniques, and explain why they support team members. How would you mentor someone, or how would you coach someone? Let's talk about mentoring first. Free mentoring technique, or 2, sorry. Anyone? If I have to be mentor for someone, what do I need to do? I need to be a good role model, isn't it? Not the celebrity model, role model. Whatever I do, if they mimic my behavior, I shouldn't be offended. For that, I need to do it in a way. For example, coming late to the office, not fulfilling my commitment, not doing things that I should be doing, delegating more often. Delegation is I'm not doing the work, I'm passing it on, right? Bit of delegation is fine, but if you delegate over, then you'll have to monitor a lot and the quality will be compromised. So you need to delegate in proportion, right? So these are the mentoring skill. If I have to be a role model, right, become a role model, I need to follow certain things. And there's such a, do I do it that way? If not, then why would you do it? I don't do it this way because that's not appropriate, right? Always have positive approach and they will do the same, right? Yes, again, allow space for any conflict. Conflict is an opportunity to grow. So these are some of the mentoring techniques. Coaching. If I'm providing any feedback, it has to be positive, right? Feedback has to be positive. follow up on what you already discussed, on what you said already, right? Follow up on feedback. Then ensure your time management skills are appropriate. You are following up on a regular thing, right? Practice active listening. You can go in both mentoring, coaching. Yeah. All good? All good till 4? Any concern? Good. Awesome. Awesome. Right. Moving on. Number 5. Explain 3 strategies for conflict resolution and negotiation. If I have to resolve any conflict, just imagine this situation. You guys are in front of me, and I'm saying, yes, 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 but I'm looking here. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, I got you, I got you. Or I'm like this on my phone, like this, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm listening, but you are not. It's not called active listening, right? I'm kind of avoiding you. So practice active listening for any of the conflict resolution. Pay full attention to the person as if that's your utmost priority. Without that, nothing else matters, because you want to resolve a conflict. You want to give them importance that you matter in my life, in my workplace. And that's why I'm not doing anything else but listening to you. That's the only thing I'm doing, right? Maintaining proper eye contact is another thing. Okay. What else? Like there are a lot of models for conflict resolution and negotiation. One of them is CUDSM model. One of them is AQUA model. Acknowledge, a question, AQU, understand and answer. Yeah, AQUA model. You can write that. I mean, you can read more about it. Acknowledge. Yeah, question, understand, answer. Yeah, just read for this one. Okay, you will be able to find this in a learning material or our, yeah. If anyone apart from Jesus or God knows a lot of the thing, is Google. Ask Google. Yeah. I mean, we don't question God's integrity or what they know it. Yeah, but at the same time, we don't question the integrity of Google, right? Or encyclopedia. Yeah, and all of those things. Increase their own self-awareness. Well said, Julius. Thank you. Right. Yes. So again, summarizing. Aqua model, you can research about it and write as one of the points out of 3 strategies. One of the strategy, maintaining eye contact, increasing their own self-awareness, active listening, right? You can, choose a proper time for a meeting or any discussion, right? And a couple of other things that you can write. Okay? Right, what we got? Identify and describe 4 main methods for communicating information and instruction to the team member. Identify and describe. Okay, verbal, non-verbal, visual, and we can talk about written. Yeah, verbal, non-verbal, visual. You need to elaborate all 4 of them. What do you mean by verbal method? Verbal communication, the talking, right? Give some example. Non-verbal, like facial gesture, right? Hand movement and eye contact and expression, how you express things, right? Visual ads like videos, audios, written, the written communication, right? Letters, email, social media post and everything, right? Verbal, non-verbal, visual, written, and then elaborate all 4 of them. Right. Generally, there are 4 types of communication: passive, aggressive, passive-aggressive, and assertive. Right? Describe 3 relevant features of each of them. Let me pause the recording for a minute. Yes, this is what I was looking for. And I read it. It's resumed here, recording resumed. Yeah. Right. So the question says 4 type of communication. What are? I mean, there are 4 type of communication: passive, aggressive, assertive. Passive, aggressive, and assertive. Right. Let's look at them. What is passive? Which is a lose-win situation. You lose, someone else win. It is like a peacekeeper, keep opinion to themselves. Don't let the opinion out, and that's why you lose. Yeah, you don't speak anything, literally. Don't express actual thoughts and ideas. Sharing information is limited. Just listening. Yeah, that's what happened with husband and wife. Yeah, especially when wife is angry, what do? Passive communication. We don't speak, we just listen. End of discussion. We lose, they win, but conflict communication solved. Yeah, it can go the other way as well. Husband to wife. Yeah, but what I mean in partners, in couples. Yeah, right. And this is a bit more, make extra effort to get them to tell you what they feel and all that. So you can this is one thing, right? Aggressive is win lose. I win, you lose, right? The other way of that. Usually people who want to be in charge, take the control of things. That's like in this category, right? Openly express their opinion loudly and shutting others up. Express their viewpoint or opinion in an abusive way, while it's the right of the other, Be quiet, listen to me when I'm saying, something like that, right? The goal is immediate defeating the purpose of conversation when the ideas are meant to be shared and listened to, right? Stick to yourself or the person on the receiving end, yeah? Practice empathy. If this is you, what you should practice empathy and listen to others' ideas well. But you just need to, focus on this much if you're writing as a part of your response. What is the description? Yeah, you're just describing that. Okay. Then we got passive aggressive, lose win, right? What is passive aggressive? They speak as if they don't care about something in an indirect angry way. Sometimes mutter comments to themselves, like if I'm annoyed at something, right? I'm just I can't talk about my wife all the time, sorry. If she listens to this video, it will break up my 15 years of marriage. Yeah, I can't talk about her all the time, but Maria, let's pick up Maria again, our non-existing participant. Yeah. Oh, trust me, she is watching my video. Yeah. Because she is very mindful what I say in a classroom. Yeah. Right. Yes, Maria. If as if I'm just giving an example of this one. Yeah, something mutters comment to themselves. If I'm not happy with Maria, right? No, I told Maria not to do that. I'm saying in a way that Maria doesn't listen. If she's answers, what did you say? I said, no, nothing. But I still let it out from my heart, right? It's called muttering comment to oneself, to themselves. When we get angry, we're like, frustrating. I told this thing, nothing happened, but still, they don't listen to me. When there's a problem, they come back to me. But I've been talking about this. You say it, you express your frustration, but still the other person doesn't listen to that, so it doesn't elevate a lot. They know that you said something, or maybe they are not aware, right? But you let it out, and it doesn't add fuel to your conversation or communication, right? That's that kind of thing. Okay, they don't want to disagree with someone openly, and they do it discreetly, right? If I'm not happy, I'm not happy, but I don't want to tell you guys that I'm not happy, so it doesn't escalate a lot. Okay. No clarity, they still beats around the bush because I'm just talking to myself. It should still remain there is time because ideas are not openly or overtly expressed, right? Assertive, clearly express the idea without sacrificing politeness. Assertive win-win, Win-win is like you say something, I listen, I say something, you listen. We try to resolve any conflict or bring communication really openly, right? This style realism, two-way communication, politely express the opinion, like a warm debate, right? All right, to be in debate, but in a nice, in a friendly way, right? Not like killing someone's idea. That's not appropriate. Yeah, that's not good. And behavior strengthens the information flow and suggestion what you can do, and okay. So that's all the learning guide which was shared from page 22 onwards. Yeah, right. What is that thing? Right, back to this. So please take your time to read it and write in your own words. Do not copy and paste, even though it's from a reference given to you. The purpose is you understand the information, rewrite or paraphrase in your own words. Okay. 8A, describe 5 key principles of cross-cultural communication. What are 5 principles of cross-cultural communication? So you are talking to someone of different culture. Let's say I'm talking to some Chinese or Fiji people. They are saying Fijian language, which I don't understand, but what would I do if I don't understand? Yeah, I had to remain professional, number one. Again, let me go here. Okay. Right, sorry. I'm bringing this up again, this fine. Facility and respectful communication, cultural diversity, cross-cultural thing, right? Cultural differences can manifest to many things like language, religious observation, right? Considering cultural difference include realizing that how humor or irony can be used, being courteous, how to say thank you and all that thing, right? Um, it says some suggested cross-cultural communication technique which will support your answer is remain professional, friendly, and courteous. Avoid lengthy, uncomplicated sentence. Use simple hand gesture. Do not rush through the process. Be patient. Be aware of your language and gesture. Use pictures, diagram because they will reveal a greater impact than this one, right? Ensure your body language is not intimidating and that indicate your willingness to assist. Okay, that's for cross culture. And here is our next part, which is says the next part says about special needs. So I just continued that. People with disability, right? What do you need to do? Some suggestion. Use a normal tone of voice. Do not raise your voice unless asked. Even though you feel asked once a person is, having trouble hearing you clearly, that doesn't mean, do you understand what I'm saying? You don't need to raise it. They might be using the hearing aid. So you will annoy them more. You feel if, oh, he's in 70s, he's in 80s, he will have some hearing problem without realizing that they got the hearing aid to facilitate a clear listening, clear hearing from them. You start raising your voice and they will annoy them more. What do you think? That I can't hear you, it's perfectly fine. So don't offer the assistant unless it's required. If someone is physically challenged, using wheelchair, then you don't necessarily have to show empathy to them. That's the poor thing that you are doing. Everyone likes the self-respect. Yeah. The moment you feel, oh, do you need my help? Do you need my help? You say it a couple of times and they get annoyed. What do you think? Just because I am in a wheelchair, I'm dependent on you? So don't say or offer things like that. Yeah. Speak directly to the person. If again someone is in a wheelchair, you avoid that person, and who is pushing the wheelchair, you ask, oh, sure, it's all right. Like, why would you have to talk to someone else? Talk to the person. Just because they are in a wheelchair does not mean they don't understand your language. Speak to the person, simple, right? Don't pretend to understand. Let the person know you're having difficulty. Be flexible, reword rather than repeat anything that's not understand. Yeah. So these are some of the things that you can do, right? Right, you. Okay. So there are another, I mean, this is all verbal, non-verbal, which we already talked about, right? That's why please refer to the learner's guide. Yeah, I told you guys yesterday that refer to PPT, refer to this learner's guide. I'm telling you again, please, that will help you with a lot of things. Okay. I'll have to go new share question. All right, so that was our question 8. Yeah. Describe. Oh, sorry, before I proceed, we have done up to 8 questions. Any concern? Is everyone happy? Is everyone good? Awesome. Right. We got just 3 more questions. Right. Describe 3 professional behavior to role model as a leader. What would you do if you want to be a good role model? I mean, we can be role model, if you're in a senior party, people will follow you, but good role model? Yeah. What would you do? Showing commitment, number 1. Showing any awareness about how they are, what they are, about their culture, right? Active listening, eye contact, right? Any fair adoption, lead by example, thank you, but you need to rename yourself, my friend. Is it Peter again? Yeah. Right, please rename. Yeah. Right. So say it well, lead by example, show the empathy, in a couple of, you just need 3. Showing empathy, any adaptability, communication, dedication, leading by example, active listening, all that thing. You just need to describe 3 of them. So when I say active listening, I can't leave my answer as active listening. I'll need to describe it, right? So let's say here that I'm talking about, commitment, for example, right? Showing the commitment towards the person and that's it. If I simply say commitment, then it's not good. I need to describe. Listing and describing is different. Listing, just list it. Describe, you elaborate that. Yeah, being impartial, very good. Right? So what do you mean by being impartial? Right? Having a fair judgment to towards everyone and supporting them in the similar manner. If someone needs support, I'll be very honest, that okay, this is how I supported Julius. This is the same I'll support Peter or Jacqueline. Just because you belong to the same province as I do, it doesn't put you on top of the support, right? Being impartial. Yeah, if you punish someone for being late, you have to punish the other person for doing the same thing, right? And you need one more here. Yeah. Right. Just to go describe your strategies for dealing with following workplace contingencies. Unplanned leave or absence of work. How would you deal with that? How would you deal with unplanned thing like this? If someone just called in sick, what would you do? Have a backup employee. Yes, consult, right? Have a backup employee, right? For example, I know Karina is very, very much dedicated, but just picking one example. If Karina call in sick, there should be someone else for you guys to open the room, give you some support. You know, if Karina is not well, Catherine would come up. If they are not, that Filma would come up, right? Someone else as a backup. Like, you don't want Karina, Catherine, and Filma, all of them to be busy at the same time. Then again, you need someone else. If they call in sick, which might happen, if they call in, oh, I'm running late because I'm stuck in the traffic, I had to drop my kids, and there was an accident on the way, all the roads were blocked, or blah, 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 blah. They couldn't come. I caught a COVID, right? One of the best example. Yeah. Then it's when you have to have a backup of employee, someone else who will take care of them, allocate work to someone else. Okay. Reallocation of work tasks. Again, having a backup, a multitasking workforce, So you need to train your employees in a way that not only one, but everyone else can do multiple jobs, right? Everyone else can do the multiple job. Okay. And succession planning for key meeting role. Be open, be transparent, right? Be open, be transparent. For any essential role, succession planning is very vital. Yeah, succession planning. Succession, do you know what the succession? They follow, right? Like in a sequence, like in a series, yeah? Yes, SSN identifies it, yeah, yeah. Actually, this is knocking it off. Good job, right? Yes. So refer a bit more, read a bit more about that word, and again, if you need any help, come back to me, right? One last question. Describe the technique for resolving the following workplace challenge. And you got 4. Difficulty performing tasks. How would you handle something they have difficulty handling? Train them. I mean, you can unmute and say it. Yeah, you don't have to type all the time. Yeah, and you can say, train the person, explain them what is their roles and responsibility. These are the 2 main causes that someone is underperforming, right? Or having difficulty in performing task, right? Give them proper resources, right? If you're asking them to type faster and the system is slow, can't help it. They can't do it, right? You need to give them right tool, right? You want your tradies to really fasten up the screwing process, but what you have given is a manual screwdriver, not the fancy electric one, right? The fancy electric one, and literally in 2 seconds, the whole screw is done or unscrew is done, like literally 1 or 2 seconds. But the manual one, you need to hold it with them, and if it is not magnetic, even a better challenge, right? You need to hold it, put it, boom, 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 boom. It will take a couple of minutes. Imagine they are doing 60, 70 screw in one cupboard. Yeah, it's 1 minute job versus 1 hour's job, right? And they will get tired, right? Which will impact the level. Give them right tool. Yeah. So providing right tool, explaining them how to do the job. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Provide the resources, right? Equip them with the right tool, right resources. Then the performance will half of them solved. Training tools, knowing them why it's not there, telling them what is expected from them, all that thing will be there. Yes. Conflict with consort team member. How would you handle them? First of all, realizing conflict is an opportunity to grow. Number one, right? Sorry, my numbers are changed as I was saying, right? With my kid being around, like it's like daddy finger. Yeah, that's what he said. If I said this is one, he won't understand. So I have to say daddy finger, and he understand that. Yeah. Sorry if this offends you. This is like one. Okay. Right. Conflict with clients or team members. Right. First of all, understanding the conflict is an opportunity to grow. Right. Deal it as quickly as possible, as and when it arises. Right. Focus on a solution, not the person. If someone has raised a concern, a conflicting situation, you shouldn't attack the person. You should attack the situation. Look for the solution. Yeah. Listen and communicate clearly rather than offending. Right. Again, active listening is a part of it, and agree on some possible solution. Right. Alternative solution. Okay. Potential risk or safety hazard associated with conflict. What are the risks? You can always refer to your organization policy procedure or HR procedure. Okay? Because if you follow that, you are kind of safe and will not invite extra trouble from a conflicting situation. Right? If, for example, Corina raised a conflict with me, and I don't like this, right? I'll have to follow policy and procedures as Corina. Thank you very much. But what I'm doing is as per the policy number 1.5, which is available on my PTC website. Right? I'm just doing that part. Half of the things will go away. Right? Yes, another thing, psychological injury. Injury to our brain, our subconscious mind. Right? Unethical and inappropriate communication. If there is unethical and inappropriate communication, again, reminding them of the policy and procedure, staff code of conduct, right? Training them for what they need to do, send them for any professional courses like this one, right? Report to any HR, any senior management for anything that you need. Make sense? Okay, see. Finally, report any external resources here. If you are using TAFE learner's guide, you can say TAFE learner's guide. If you are referring to any PPT, TAFE PPT, or you can be more specific to Sean's slide. Yeah. Or PPT. Yeah, it's up to you what you put it here. Awesome. I will stop the recording.